try this again. So, hello, my name is Jared Rivers, and this is my last project for my fifth class here at Full Sail University. This was all about Power BI and using it as an analytical tool to tell stories with data and just further dive into it. And so, my project is all about Disney and how the effects of kind of 2020 really it affected everybody, but it hit them hard as well. So, a solution is born out of all this data and some further research that I did on my own. And yeah, so we see here Disney's stock has just continued to skyrocket off of 2020, and just everyone is euphoric, everyone's going back to the parks, spending more money, prices increased a lot. And we kind of see that a little bit here. So we have retained earnings year over year. Those are going down. So earnings are down, so they've raised prices to kind of get all that back up. Stockholders' equity, that went down a little bit. That probably scared everyone. Went back up again. Inventory, a little bit down. So they had to start boosting stuff up right there. Cash at the period at the end of year. Massive amount of cash on hand. They really weren't able to do too much with due to the pandemic. This is where I would like to take from for my project. And then over here, gross profit down, obviously in 2020. Total revenue by year down 2020. Cash again up. And then operating expenses surprisingly up because not many people were going and they were still paying some people at least. But cash in the end of the year period. So what I want to do is target the kind of what I've coined as the middle class of Disney, the people that are normally locals that can afford to go somewhat often because they have the Florida passes or California passes, and they don't have to save up year over year to just go for 1 week. They can kind of space out their visits and things like that. So what I want to do is give them more of a reason to visit and incentivize them to buy things within the parks in a very interesting way. And that is called Walking with Walt. And it is a self-guided tour that's going to be around Disney, and that allows the Disney Imagineers and marketing everything to basically pump information into the guest's head and direct them around the park. So these guests are going to be walking around. They see, oh, corn dog stand. Cool. Let's go over there. And you'll hear an impersonator of Walt talking in your ear. Oh, corn dogs. We've had these since XYZ. What that's going to do is give Disney data that is a lot more personal than what they have. I mean, they've already collecting an obnoxious amount of guest data from anywhere in the park, but this is going to give them, hey, now we know where messages are getting across. Now we know if we want guests to walk down Main Street and view this store, we can tell them to directly in their ear, but it's not going to be us, it's going to be Mickey or Walt doing so. So this, I think, is going to bridge this gap that we see at Disney where it's nice for annual pass holders to go. They get little perks here and there, but there isn't really incentive outside of just, oh, we're going back to Disney to go and return. So this is going to be data that is going to be kind of drip fed to them throughout the year in a way that encourages them to come back and go see these things, and you can tell them exactly where to go. So yeah, that's my solution, and this is the data to hopefully back it up.